Know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm gonna give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with Dun Dun Dun. Riz B, what up? Grandma Lynn, Michelle James, Julian, what's up? What's up, family? Alex L, what's up? Natural Mystic, Foof Thug, The Untouchables. What is that? The artist Robinson, or The Artist Robinson. Carolyn Bryant, Helen Simpson, James Lett III, Miss Kesha Shanta, Joy and Peace, Linda Thornton, Bo, what up? What's up? JPD, what up, D? Dwan, Anthony Gilbert, Marie Woolley, what's up, family? Tabby's Tabernacle, what's up? Sharika, Cassandra Jones, what's up, Jackie? All right, fam, going in. So, Diddy has proposed another extremely high amount for a release from jail until his sentencing is confirmed in October 3rd to be exact, through his legal team, led by Mark Agnifilo and Teeny, was it Teeny? I thought her name was Terry, but Teeny, I think it's Teeny Garagos. He's filed a new motion for bail before his October 3rd, 2025 sentencing. Convicted on 2 Mann Act accounts for hiring male escorts for threesomes with his girlfriend, Diddy's lawyers argue he's the only person incarcerated for such nonviolent acts, emphasizing the consensual nature of the arrangements and evolving societal views on sex since the Mann Act passage in 1910. As you know, the Mann Act was actually invented for another black man. They actually started a law, like invented a law. They just came up with a law out of the, because a black man was having sex with a white woman. And they was trying to figure out any kind of way to put him in jail. So they came up with a law. This is what they typically do when they know that something is not lawful. They'll either just blatantly break the law and then cover for each other, or they'll go in and rewrite the law or make up a law. This is what they do. And this is how they get away with so much. Because once they make it a law, a lot of people, they so blind by what's going on, they just blindly believe anything authorities tell them. Well, it's, after all, it's the law, gotta do it. Even if it hurts them, they'll follow that law. All they gotta do is write it in the law, and then they'll just get in line. Anyway, Diddy proposed a $50 million bond secured by his Florida estate, with conditions like home confinement, U.S. pretrial services supervision, and travel restrictions to Florida and New York. The defense claims Diddy poses no danger, citing only one violent incident in June 2024 when Jane, since his, the defense claims Diddy poses no danger, citing only one violent incident in June 2024 with Jane since his 2018 split with Cassie, despite a 2016 video showing him assaulting her. Prosecutors previously opposed bail, and the judge has yet to rule. So the question is, which way will the judge go? Give me a thumbs up if you think he'll get that bond this time. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, he's going to have to ride this one out. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. Listen, fam, I don't think he's going to get it. I think that from day one, somebody's been mandated to make sure that Diddy stays locked up until his sentence or his case is resolved. I do not believe that they're going to let him out. Plus, they kept him in there all this time. If they wanted to show him any type of sympathy whatsoever, they could have let him out after the trial. They could have let him out and they said, okay, you got caught up. We did not prove RICO. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and let you go. You're not a significant threat. These are baby crimes. It's not no big deal. We're going to let you go in and go home. They didn't do that. Again, they wanted to prove a point. We don't care what your argument is. We don't care how convincing it is. We're not letting you out. So I don't think they're going to let him out. Well, where are we? We're at the end of July. So he got just about 2 months and a week. So a good maybe 67 days or so. Got about 66 days, 67 days before his sentencing. And I think he's going to do every single one of those days on lockup. I do have to say that Diddy is very determined to get out of jail. This is his fourth time offering the court $50 million. $50 million. I don't think there's ever been a bond in the United States. There's ever been a request for bond where the defendant was offering $50 million to secure the bond. I don't think this ever happened. In fact, I should have did this before we started, but now I'm very, very, very interested in knowing what the truth is. So here we go. I bet it ain't nowhere remote. I bet it's not remotely close to 50 million. Let's see. Oh, damn. Damn, I was way off. The highest bail amount ever set in U.S. history was $4 billion. Well, it wasn't made, it was set. Imposed apparently by mistake. Okay, so it was imposed by mistake in 2017 on Antonio Marquis Willis, charged with murder in Texas, though it was likely a clerical typo that read $4 billion instead of a lower figure. Next comes Robert Durst, the real estate heir accused of murder, who faced a $3 billion bail in 2003. It briefly stood before being reduced to around $450,000 on appeal. Kim Freeman, charged with running brothels in Ohio, whose bail was set at $1 billion in 2005, as a judge considered her a severe flight risk. Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of FTX, whose bail in 2022 reached $250 million, described at the time by prosecutors as among the highest pretrial bonds ever posted. Oh, so so he posted a $250 million bond. Okay. Then Jeffrey Epstein had a bail set at $100 million on sex trafficking. Roger Ottoman, whatever that name is, I can't get it, Raj something, also posted bail for $100 million in an insider trading case. Yeah, but was those, I guess, yeah, that's a Fed case, yeah. Michael Milken faced a $250 million bond in 1980s on financial fraud charges. So we know that Roger Rotman, or something like that. We know he posted a bond, so he actually posted a $100 million bond in his insider trading case. And Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of FTX, whose bail was set at in 2022, reached a $250 million. But it doesn't say he posted. Well, yeah, it says he posted a $250 million bond. So damn, could have fooled me. In any event, Diddy is offering up $50 million. $50 million. Let me out of here, man. I'm just a freak. Let me out. I'm just a freak that was looking for some threesomes. I just hired some male escorts to smash my gal, man. I ain't even try to smash them dudes. They were smashing my gal, and you know, I ain't do nothing, you know, and she wanted it too. They smashed my gal, man, right before she got married. I ain't do nothing, Judge. I'm just a freak, Judge. Let me out of here. They say, let me out of here. Puff say, let me out of here, man. I'm just a freak. I'm just a freak, man. You know, I'm just a freak. I like the threesomes and stuff, man. But I ain't get down with them dudes, man. They just got down on my gal. You know, yeah, they was just busting up in my gal and stuff, man. You know, I ain't do nothing, you know. Let me out. I'm just a freak. I got 50 million. 50 million. In the United States, 50 million is supposed to get you out of jail. If you're offering $50 million, you're supposed to get out of jail. Now, in a more moral society, I get it, fam. Moral society, different. But in America, in a morally corrupt society, where money is the end all, be all, supreme, everything revolve around money, nah, you're supposed to get out of jail. That just goes to show you there's a higher power, and it ain't God at work here. No Sleep said he was smashing those dudes. I don't think he was smashing the dudes, because I think if he was smashing the dudes would have all of those dudes, not one dude came forward and said, yeah, he got me, dog. Not one dude. Not saying that he couldn't have had some stuff going on with some dudes outside of that. But as far as the freak-offs themselves, not one dude who was involved in the freak-off has come forward and said, yeah, Diddy put the pipe in his life. You know what I'm saying? Not one dude said that. or they put pipe in his life. They ain't nobody said nothing like that. So I think if it was true, we would have heard that by now. Now, there are some accusations about him doing stuff to dudes aside from the freak-offs. Without Cassie, that's an entire different ball of wax. I'm still tripping on the Cassie, scooping up the fluids and rubbing it on his nipple. I'm still like, damn, dude, like, how'd that get you excited? Like, how do you make your mind do that? Yeah. China Carter, what's up? Bug Horse, what it do? Optimistic James, what's up? Neko Clark, Christopher Bradshaw, Arthur Jonathan David, Lowdown says free Diddy, D-Town, Andre Suber, what up? Anwar High, Hoover, Larry Smith, Chris Kringle, what's up, Cassandra B? Mike say free Diddy now. Free Diddy now. What's up, Ray? Curtis Benford. Breon Mitchell. Lawrence White, what up? Supreme. Yeah, he may as well embrace it when he get out. When Diddy get out. If Diddy get out and he make a song about freaking and it's super hot, he gonna be right back in the door. I don't care what nobody say. He gonna be right back in the door, because I'm gonna tell you something that I know about Americans. And I'm not talking about all Americans, but I'm gonna tell you collectively. In America, it don't matter what you do. If you apologize and you bounce back with the W, you get a W, you're gonna be good. You're gonna survive it. You'll survive it. Depending on what you say or do, you gotta apologize. They like to see you apologize. They wanna break you down. They wanna just break you down, make you kiss the rain, So if you apologize, that's one thing. But if you continue to win or get a win, let me tell you something. If R. Kelly, I know this is controversial. This is controversial. But I take my chances. If R. Kelly would have put out a hit record at the time he was being accused of those crimes, or while he was on trial, R. Kelly would not be in jail. Because there ain't nothing Americans like more than winning. Believe that. America loves winning so badly. They love winning so much that while the Olympics are going on, they actually call black men and black women Americans. That's how much they love winning. That's how much Americans love winning. When you're out there busting your ass and sweating like a pig and maximizing your potential, performing at your optimum, they actually call you an American. That's the only time they don't say blacks or black Americans or the N-word. Well, they'll say the N-word if you lose. If you mess around and lose some money. But yeah, they be rooting for you, man. All of America be like, yeah, go America, America, America. They want to win. But enjoy it, because as soon as you get back to the United States, you're going to be a nigga again. You're going to be right. You're going to go right back to being subjected to everything else everybody else go through. Now, I didn't make that up. Those are facts. Mookie Barksdale says, make them pay $100 million. It really don't matter how much money he paid to the feds because he get the money back. So all he got to do is not run. He ain't running. So as long as he don't run, he good. He'll be good. The money is for, the money is insurance for him to show up in court and go through the process, or turn himself in should he be granted a bail, turn himself in should he be given a sentence, whether it be 1 day or 1 year. The money is just insurance. So as long as he show up for the sentencing, if he's given any type of time, like if, for example, if he's given prison time or whatever, after he does that time, after he does his time, when he get out, he can get that money. He can get all of that money back. Every penny. Smooth, what's up? The number one and only says Puffy probably needed this slap on the wrist. Probably saved his and others' lives. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Sometimes you can be on a path to self-destruction. And, you know, something like this happened to sober you up. It's like you're going to fall, it's going to hurt, but it ain't going to hurt as much as it could hurt. You know, I've been through something like that myself. So, yeah, it could be a blessing in disguise. I will say this. Before Diddy was accused of these crimes and before he was arrested, he did look like he was in a dark place. If you go back and look at some, well, you can't look at him now. I think he deleted them. But let me see. Let's go back and look at his timeline. Yeah, he deleted a lot of his posts. So, but he used to post on Instagram all the time. And on Instagram, he would oftentimes just be like exhibiting erratic behavior. You know, you can see him doing the same thing at the Breakfast Club on a couple of interviews. I think he was on Drake Champs. He looked a little despondent. You know, like yeah, he seemed like he was in a dark place. Yeah. Yeah, he looked a little despondent on a number of videos. Yeah, a number of posts. So maybe he needed something like this to catch a snap. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.